So step one, we need to introduce the word. Just like Peg had you do this morning with polysemous, we are going to write the word on the board. You're going to show it on your digital technology. If you're using Nearpod or something, you're going to flash that word up. And we're going to make sure that our students can pronounce it correctly. Because another misconception is that they're reading along and they know what it is. And you see a lot of them stumbling over the word, just skipping it, and not understanding what the word is. So today, you are my class, you are my students, and you've been doing an outstanding job. So today, class, we're going to learn the word audible. What word? Audible. Excellent. Audible. The second step we are going to do is we are going to present a student-friendly explanation. If you look here, we're going to look at the word devious. So our word we're studying is devious. If I take a definition straight from the dictionary, they're typically going to be phrases, not complete sentences. And there's usually multiple meanings. So which one am I supposed to use as a student? So here, devious, straying from the right course, not straightforward. So a student writes the sentence, I rode my bike deviously. Does the student know what devious really, can we know that that student knows devious? No. But it wasn't straightforward, so he's thinking, I know devious, right? So this is the key point in the student-friendly explanation. I'm using words like someone, something. So if someone is devious, he's using tricky and secretive ways to do something dishonest. So I'm describing the word devious in my student-friendly explanation. I'm not just saying someone is devious, okay? I'm restating it. Vicarious, same way. Again, so here we're going to use our word audible that we've practiced. So again, our word is audible for the day. We're going to tell our students the explanation or have them read the explanation with us. So you're all going to, when I say go, you're going to read this definition with me. So ready, go. When something can be heard, it is audible. Then I'm going to rephrase. So when something is audible, it can be heard. Excellent. So you want to come back to that. And again, love the opportunity to go into classrooms. High school teachers are sometimes more tentative to have their kids say cool responses. If you make it something that's an expectation, and you model it, and you say, we're going to try that again because that wasn't strong enough, they will do that. We have witnesses. All of our gals in the back have been in classrooms, and it is very effective when you insist and have high expectations for kids. They will meet those expectations. So again, we're giving a student-friendly explanation. That's step 2. Step 3, we're going to illustrate that word with examples. These examples, this is where you get a lot of freedom, teachers. You can use pictures. You can make concrete examples. I can use gestures. Whatever you think is best to internalize that word, and then have the kids create their own examples. So there's multiple ways to do this step 3. So from concrete, visual. So example of audible. On a football team, when the quarterback lines up at the line of scrimmage, this play is set, and they call an audible to change the play. That is used as a noun. We're using audible as a noun. It's an action that they're taking as something I'm calling an audible to change the play. I could also say the fireworks in the sky were audible clear across town. Audible is now used as an adjective. So as a teacher, we get ingrained in our content. I was trained as a social studies teacher. I was not trained as a vocabulary teacher. But as a social studies teacher, I have to think, how can I take this word and put it into other contexts so I can see multiple uses of the word? So I still want to give other examples. So that's one way of verbally giving you a picture potentially in your head. I could also give you a gesture and talk about using my ear where it's audible, it can be heard. So I'm having my kids make the gesture of putting the hand to the ear so they understand audible. Step 4, there are 4 options, which is always good to, as a teacher, to give us 4 options. So option 1, we're going to ask deep processing questions. So the first question I might ask, would you like to have superhuman powers that makes everything audible? There's no right or wrong answer. I'm making my kids process, think about the word, and come up with a rationale. We are going to try question 2. You again have your strategic partner sitting next to you. Ones are going to go first this time. You are going to tell your 2 partner where would it be unlikely to hear a barely audible whisper. So where would it be unlikely for you to hear that barely audible whisper? Partner 1, you're talking. Partner 2, you're listening. Then you're giving another example. Ready? Go. Option 2, we're going to decipher between examples and non-examples. This is high-level thinking. This is where our kids, we're trying to say, can they really decipher what this word means? So if I say something that would refer to something that is audible, your response is going to be, now that's audible. So we have to have a signal to do this, okay? So I'm going to have my hand up, and then when I say go, you're going to either say, now that's audible, or I should hear silence. Option 3, we're going to generate our own examples. Again, now we're taking it up a notch. Our kids know the word pretty well. We want them to create their own examples to see if they can internalize it. So, again, partners, now we're starting with number 2. Number 2, you're going to tell your partner a time when something was not audible to you. Ready, 2s? 1s, you're listening intently. Paraphrase back what partner 1 said to you. So you're listening, partner 1 is speaking, partner 2 is listening, and you're going to paraphrase back that time was not audible. Ready? Go. Okay, you have your whiteboard still. If it still has words on it, there's some paper towels in the middle. You are going to erase your whiteboard. Paper towel, low again, maintenance, low cost. We're going to introduce the word. We're going to give them a student-friendly definition. We're going to illustrate the word with examples, and we're going to then check for understanding.